Let's get this started. So, hi guys, my name is Christopher Gallardo. I'm with Hollywood Handle. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
That's great to hear. So, let's get this started off with a fun question because I know that Terry and Yumulak are sort of the musical wild cards of the family. Do you think Terry and Yumulak would be in the fandom of Charlie XCX's Brat Summer or Chapel Roan's Pink Pony Club?
What a TikTok question.
I gotta get it out there.
No, I love it. I definitely think Terry would like love to be Brat, but probably the episode would be like he's claiming himself to be Brat and no one is agreeing with it, so he then gets a Ray that like makes everything Brat, and then he can't make himself Brat, and then he realizes that like Corvo has a speech at the end. It's like, "Don't you see, Terry? You're Brat to me, and you always have been." And then it's like we learn a lesson.
I think Yumulak, I think he would deep down really love it, and he would probably like know all the words to all the songs. But I think it would like be later revealed by like Jesse would kind of pressure him, and he's like, "Fine, I love it," and it would become a thing.
Definitely. And I just love both of those fandoms. And it's just incredible to see where they've gone and where you guys have gone too. And in the show itself, the jokes that you both provide this season, in addition to the usual recording, is just incredibly hilarious to watch. Did you both get to further emphasize your improv this season? And if so, which episode brought that out and was the most funniest recording for?
Oh, I don't know if any one particular thing emphasized it and like really put a uh really highlighted in any way. I mean, there's always stuff. I think because the process is more often than not. I mean, sometimes Sean, I don't know if you do this, but like maybe with the director, will read out a scene going back and forth. But mostly the process is read this line a few times in a few different ways. Read this line. It can just kind of go down the list. So trying to get your juices flowing, trying to bring something to the character. I'm always like, okay, I'm saying it this way, saying it this way. Oh, and I've got an idea, and I'll just let it run for a little bit. And if they like it, they'll keep it. If not, they don't. And yeah, what's kind of fun about the improv is because it like season 5 we recorded a year ago, year and a half ago, like quite a while ago. I can't remember, you know, what I had for breakfast today, let alone the stupid shit I said in a little booth. But what's neat is if they liked it and they put it in the show, and when I get to watch it, I'm like, oh, I remember that now. Oh, that's funny. They thought that was funny. Oh, I didn't feel so validated, you know?
Yeah.
Sean?
Well, for I don't really do too much improv. I mean, like the last episode of season 5, there's just the stuff that Yumulak does in that is like whoa. So it's more like I would just stay on the rails that they put in front because it's like a crazy Six Flags ride each episode, and it's so fast paced. Although like this season 6 we started recording some of that, and I now I've kind of tried this technique where you kind of like say something that's close to the line just to kind of like maybe help you say the line better. And I think I'm maybe one or two of those might sneak in. So that'd be exciting, I uh, but for the most part, no improv. I just the writers hit it for me that I'm like, I don't think I could come up with something fast enough.
Yeah, the writers are so good. And honestly, I'm excited to see what improv you get to get into next season, John. So yeah, I'm
Sean's
excited
gonna
for that.
loosen up. You just watched season 6. Sean is loosening up. He's made a New Year's resolution to himself.
Yeah, I go
He's
like,
not
fine,
gonna
one day
demonize improv anymore. Okay?
I try
Definitely.
to
And
grow.
throughout the season and the show, you two, Dan and Mary, have developed this awesome chemistry with each other as the family. Reflecting on this as a whole, what was the most iconic moment that you all shared while recording for this season or just the show in general?
Was it more so what was the most iconic thing? What sorry.
The most iconic moment, like the most memorable
Oh,
moment that you
yeah.
had. Yeah.
Well, we record separately from each other, and so kind of like it's like kind of like a reunion at Comic Con where we get to share like cool moments. So like for me, like getting to go to Comic Con and do the panel with that with Thomas and everybody, it was just like that was like a epic pinnacle moment of this past season for me. I'd
Oh,
say
you sweetie. Your highlights are spending quality time, you freaking sweetie.
you can't beat it. You can't, it's,
I'm trying to convince Sean. and maybe Christopher, you can help. I'm trying to convince Sean to come on an adventure with me because I'm climbing to Everest Base Camp in October,
Oh God,
just as a personal adventure. Just saying
that
to
sounds
myself,
amazing.
it's time to go on an adventure, Thomas. That's what I said to myself. I look at myself in the mirror and I said, adventure is waiting.
Oh my God.
So I'm trying to convince Sean. Sean's on the fence, and
I'm
maybe
super interested.
if you write a glowing preview, if your news outlet is favorable towards solar opposites, maybe that might push him over the edge.
I would consider it because I just need like a little boost, and then maybe
Maybe if you highlight
Honestly,
how funny he is and how charming he is in interviews or something like that.
put that down. Put that.
honestly, I would love to see that happen. And I love that Adventure Time nod to like Shermie and all that. It's honestly one of my favorite characters from that show. And and definitely in these for both of your characters as well, what trait do you think you share with Terry and Yumulak the most? And what trait of the other character do you think you'd want to have?
I think, boy, it's like, what is the thing that I've Terry is so uninhibited. He's just like he's like a baby. He sees it, he goes and grabs it, and he wants it, and he takes it. And that inhibition is so fun. And like for me, I maybe only experience that like on stage, but in normal life, I'm like, like my CPU is like melting because it's trying to calculate all the possibilities and panicking over every single one. Like there's just too much anxiety and panic. And so in that aspect, I envy it and also maybe identify it because in certain flow states it's happening and it's like a little lightning bug that I'm trying to catch and I get it for a second and then it goes away. So maybe in that respect. And then I think probably out of Yumulek's character, I just would want his unrelenting homicidal tendencies. That would be pretty fun.
Oh my God.
Right?
That
Just to like murder everybody.
that is crazy.
I mean,
What about you, Sean?
um, you know, I think well, I'd have to say for Yumulak, like he's a little like he's probably younger than I am in real life, but I think I share like the kind of the figuring out thing. It's just kind of like there's always like new environments and stuff, and so he's trying to be cool and and I don't know. I think that I kind of can relate to that because um I don't know. I feel that sometimes, and then but then for Terry, I would have to be what Thomas is saying that uh uninhibited way he can be. That'd be so cool to just kind of live that way, and I think it would lead to a lot of good things. So it'd be fun.
Definitely. And for my final question for you, Sean, because I'm gonna go with this little question because you're also heading back to Jurassic World Chaos Theory next season. Do you think you could give us a little tease of what you've got in store?
Um, well, we can. Um, it's um, well, well, similarly to Solar Opposites, both casts are finding themselves in a new area, so it's like it's kind of the problem with that show. It's all about the mystery, so it's just like it. But you're gonna find out where the boat's heading, and um and see and you're gonna see a lot more that Ben may have been onto some things in season one. So
Definitely. I'm excited to see the mystery behind that. And honestly, Thomas, I could see that door opening up for you in that show by playing like Ronnie's uncle the same way that Terry is the father to Yumulak. So honestly, that door might open up for you. And I'd love to see that in the future.
Yeah, it just depends on if Sean wants to be a good friend and actually put my name in the hat. I've put his name, I've submitted his name for every single project I've done. And obviously it's up to the producers, but like I let him know. I'm like, hey,
Definitely.
just so I'm vouching for you, buddy, in Hollywood, but I don't know.
I'm
He's got
bargaining from this.
Sean's like, I always call him like, man, put me on cast here. He's like, you know what? I'd rather you earn it. And I'm like, what?
Feels scared.
I don't know. He's just like, he's kind of cutthroat.
That's why I relate to Yumula. I'm a cutthroat dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd honestly love to see you two continue on this really great friendship. And thank you guys so much again for your time. And I really hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Chris, for you as well.
Thank you, Christopher.